Hi, now we're going to create an application using Alternativa so that to see in practice how simple it is. What shall we start with? We start by creating a new project and adding it to a library of Alternativa3D. It's necessary to choose ActionScript version 3. After creating a new document, we save it straight to the folder with our new project. Then we copy library file to the same folder. Now we move straight to adding. To do this, you need to open ActionScript settings located in Document Properties. Then, on Library tab, we click F button and choose Library File. OK. Now we need to create space for code writing. In Flash environment, we need to assign class for this document. We type in the name and click the pencil button next to the field. The environment prompts that the document doesn't exist and offers to create such. We agree. Keep in mind that class inherits movie clip class. Before we start coding, let's refresh the architecture of the application using Alternativa. It contains three-dimensional world and usual Flash components. Dimensional world exists inside the root container. Here one can add primitives, imported models, and other three-dimensional objects. Base class of any Flash application inherits movie clip class. All the objects we want to see on the scene should be added to display tree by addChild method. In order to see three-dimensionality on the application scene, camera should be added to the Alternativa container and its property view to display tree. So we'll need a container, a camera, and a three-dimensional object. In quite simple Flash programs, the whole code can be written within a container. So in our case, it's hello function. Since our program is simple enough, we'll do it exactly this way. We declare all the variables inside as well. For the container, you can use any container type within Alternativa. We're going to use conflict container. Conflict container is the most all-purpose, but meanwhile the most resource-intensive. When we declare in Flash environment a variable of certain type, it automatically adds import lines, which are necessary for the program to operate correctly. One should watch that all the imports are stated, otherwise mistakes may occur. View camera property is meant for adding to display tree, and their display object is stored. We need to create it and call the constructor of view class. In view class constructor parameters, viewport size is stated, the sizes of the area going to be displayed. I take the document size. We add straight this view property to display tree. Camera also should be added inside the container. Now we move on to creating a three-dimensional object. The most simple object is a cube. Let's create it. In Alternativa, there is box class for it. So that to see this cube somehow, we need to assign some material on its faces. There are two types of materials available in Alternativa: solid fill material and texture material. Now we use the simple fill material. In parameter, color is assigned. Let's take gray. Now we set this material on cube faces. Then we add this box to the three-dimensional world of the container. The last action necessary so that visualization is carried out, we need to state the render command for the camera. All the formal actions in order to run the application and see the result have been undertaken. However, we won't be able to see anything since the camera is within the cube and the cube faces are one-sided. Now we need to extract camera from the cube. Now we save it and let's have a look what we got. We can see a cube filled evenly with gray color. So that it looks more as a three-dimensional object, we need to apply some texture. Then it looks much better. I have saved a picture in the project folder. Now we need to import it to the library. Library tab. We drop the picture and enter its properties. Here we need to mark checkbox Export for Action Script and give some name to the class. OK. Now we change fill material to texture material. In parameters, we put bitmap data. So we need to call the constructor of the class that we saved in the library. We save it and see the result. Here it is, a nice box. In our next lesson, we add some interactivity to our application and find out how to fly.